Yo, what is up everyone? So today I'm going to show you how I created this website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So pretty simple project here, but pretty much let me just go through the design. And we got some hover action over here. And then also we got a little hover animation on this button right there. And then let me scroll down here. And then also we got a little service card looking thing right there with some images, and then when I hover over it you can see that they increase in size. And at the last part we have is a footer. And then also if I were to shrink all of this, let me just go up to the top and I'll shrink this, and you can see it goes into responsive, tablet, and then also the mobile. And then I can just scroll down, you can see we have all of our stuff here as well, and then the footer here. And then last but not least, the part that uses actual JavaScript is just a couple of lines, but we got a little animation drop down for the menu, so you can see there, clicking like this. And then also you can go navigate to additional pages, and then you can fill in anything you'd like on these pages here. And that's pretty much what we're going to make today. So if you want to learn how I did this, then be sure to watch this video all the way to the very end. And without further ado, let's hop into my code editor and let me show you how I made this. Alright, so here I am in my code editor. I'm going to be using VS Code for this tutorial, and I already created a folder. So if you have not created one, go ahead and create a folder for your project. And then I'm just going to click here, and then now I have my icon showing. So I'm going to click on this first icon here, and I'm going to create a new file called this index.html. And the next file I'm going to go and create is called styles.css. And then I'm also going to create an app.js file, so app.js. And then since we're here already, let's just create a folder, so the second icon, and just type in images. And then last one I'll create is the tech. And actually let's go outside, make sure you're in the actual root, and then just do tech.html. And this is just to show an example page that we can navigate to. And I'll go into index.html, and then I'm gonna press Shift1, make an exclamation mark. And then once I press tab, it'll autofill for me, and then boom, we don't have to sit there and type everything out like manually. And then for the title, let's just say, let's just put like next website here. And then also under the title, but still inside of this head tag, I'm gonna type link, press tab, and then automatically types it out for me. And then inside the href, I'm gonna just add in the styles.css, styles.css. And we can save that by pressing Command S on my keyboard. And then in the actual body tag, I want to just type in h1 and press, let's say, hello, save this. And then also I want to show you some extensions that you need to install. So one is live server. So just go ahead and type in live server, and let's see which one we got. This is the one I have right here, live server, and this one by Wigday. And then also if you don't have prettier, we just type in right there. This is also another extension I have. So whenever I auto save, it automatically makes my code fit and look way cleaner. So in case you're wondering how is that happening and yours isn't, this is one of the extensions I have here. And there's a lot of other customizations you can do as well, but those are just the two ones that you would probably want to have in case you want to follow along with what I'm doing. So now, before we actually go ahead and load this up, let's go to styles.css, and let's just type h1, curly brace, let's just say color red, just to make sure that everything's working properly. And let's go back to the index.html file, right click, and then once you have live server installed, I can just click here, open with live server, and then this will automatically open up. Perfect, now we have it right here showing that our website's live. So now I can go ahead and edit this and be like, yo, and then perfect, now everything looks like it's working. And notice that once I save, it automatically updates, so that's pretty cool to have there. And now let's go ahead and actually start adding in our HTML. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to press Command B to close out my slide tab so you can see this better. I'm going to erase this H1, and then we're going to create the nav. So I'm just going to create this, and let's just do nav, and then I'm going to press dot and then nav bar. And once I press tab, this automatically creates a nav with a class of nav bar, and that's because I have Emmet, and it's just perfect like that. And then now under here, let's create a navbar container. So I'm gonna create a div. So for divs, you don't have to actually type the word div. You can just do a dot, and then the class you wanna name it. So I'm gonna say navbar __ container. And then once I press tab, you can see we have a div with the class name navbar __ container. And then underneath here, I wanna create the logo. So ideally you would use a image, but for this example, I just hard coded this by typing out the actual words. But here I'm just gonna type in A for the A tag, and then I have an ID. So for IDs, you use hashtag. So I'm gonna say hashtag, and I'm gonna say navbar __ logo. And then once I press tab, you'll notice that we have the ID navbar logo, and then it has the href. So for here, I'm just gonna put a slash for that value because we're not linking anywhere yet. And then in here, I'm just gonna go ahead and just type in next with the capital letters, and then just press save. And now you can see it updates over here. Now underneath this A tag, I'm gonna go under it, so press enter. And then I'm gonna do a div, and I'm gonna say dot navbar __ toggle. And then I'm gonna do hashtag mobile -menu. And this is just gonna be the JavaScript we're gonna be targeting, so that whenever we click on the actual icon, it will change from the bars to the X. And I'll just press tab here. And what that did is just created a class and an ID at the same time. And then I'm gonna press enter. So now we're inside of this div. And then I'm just gonna create a span with the class of bar and do this 3 times. So I'm just gonna say span dot bar, press tab. And this is just me, the first bar. And a cool little trick, you can do shift, alt, and then the down arrow. And then it just copies it down. And then do it 2 more times, so we have 3 total here. And if that didn't work for you, just simply just copy and paste it 3 times like this. And now outside of this div, right below the span, press enter here. And then I'm gonna create a UL with the navbar menu class name. So I'm gonna say UL dot navbar __ menu, press tab. So now we're inside of a UL, so I'm gonna press enter. And now inside this UL, I'm gonna create our first menu item. So this one's gonna call it LI for the tag, and then the class name is gonna be navbar __ item. And I'm gonna press tab here, then press enter. And now inside this LI tag, we're gonna create the A tag. So I'm gonna say A dot, and then I'm gonna say navbar __ links. Then I'm gonna press tab here. For the href, let's just put a slash for now. And then go inside of this A tag, press enter here twice, and now I have the space so you can see better. And then I'm just gonna simply have home. And then pretty much if I save this, it'll bring it back on the same line here. But now you can see we have essentially a tag with home. When I click it, it just reloads the page because we're going to the slash. And now what we can do is actually just copy and paste this. So I'm just gonna take the LI tag with the A tag, press enter under, paste it once, and then we can change this one to, let's do tech, and then here I'm gonna put tech.html and press save. So now what this is going to do, since we have a tech.html page, we just simply click it, and now you can see in the actual address bar that it has the tech.html, and there's nothing showing because we currently have nothing on the actual tech.html page. And then let's just go back here, and then let's simply go under the LI that we just copied. Let me scroll up here. Let's just paste this again, and let's just change this to, let's do products. And for my thing, the spaces doesn't really do anything, but for my reason, mine's like saving with spaces, but yours probably doesn't have that. And then underneath this LI, I'm gonna do Command V again, so pasting it one more time. And except for the last one, I'm gonna change this from navbar item to navbar btn, and then also navbar, and I'm just gonna put this as, take that class completely out and just straight up say button. And then here, let's erase this word home, let's just say sign up. So we can save that there, and now we have our essential nav menu prior to styling. So now let's actually go into styles.css. So I'm gonna Command B here, and let's go to styles.css here, and let me close out the side, you can see better. Let's just cross this out, And now let's do the first thing. So I'm gonna have the little Shift 8 symbol, little time symbol, curly braces, enter. And then I'm gonna say box sizing, border box. And then I'm gonna say margin to be :0, padding to be 0. And then I want the font family to be KUMBH sans, comma, sans serif. And if I save this right now, we can see that our text has changed, but we will have to import this from Google Fonts, but I'll do that in a little bit. For now, I'm just gonna finish up the actual navbar. So now let's target the actual navbar class. So .navbar, curly brace, and I want to set the background to #131313, and then I want to set the height equal to 80 pixels. Then I'm gonna say display flex, and what this is gonna do is gonna bring all of these essentially onto a row. So if I were to save this now, you can't really see it yet, but let me just go ahead and just do justify content center. So now you can see it moves it over here, and then align dash items to be centered. And then also let's do font size, and I'm gonna do it in rem. So essentially 1 rem is equivalent to 16 pixels by default, but if you were to change the initial value, then obviously you can change that. But for now, I'm just gonna do 1.2 rem. So now you can see the increase in set size. And then position, let's do, just keep it sticky. And then the top, I just want to have 0. And then the Z index, which essentially is, think of this in like 3 dimensions in terms of like stacking. And I want it just to be 999, which is just an outrageous number, but that's to ensure that no matter where I am on my site, wherever I scroll, it will always be above every other part on the website's content. That way it's not blocking, it's not being covered by anything. And then we'll just save here. And now let's press enter, and now let's do navbar __ container. And I'm just gonna say display flex here. So now you can see it moved it to the side. And then I'm just do justify content. I'm gonna do space between, so that you won't be able to see it yet because it's kind of on it's mobile, but once we'll finish this, you'll be able to see everything. Let's set the height, let's do 80 pixels here. Let's put the Z index just to make it above everything to 1. And let's do width to be 100%. And let's make the max width, so I don't want it to go past 1300 pixels. And then let's do margin, and let's do right here pretty much colon. And so the shortcut is, if you just do margin, instead of doing like margin top or margin right or left, etc., if you do margin, the first value is essentially the top, and then the second value is right, then bottom, and then essentially left. But I want only the top and bottom to be 0. So if you only do 2, the first one does top and bottom, and then the second one will do the essentially right and left. So I'm gonna say auto here. And then I want to do the same for padding. So I'm gonna say padding, and then I want the top and bottom to be 0, and then I want the right and left to be 50 pixels. Save here. So now we see got some space action going on here. And then let's go ahead and target the navbar logo. And if you remember, that was an ID, which is, let's see where I put it, right here. This one, the next. So I'm gonna do a hashtag since it's an ID, and do navbar __ logo. And then let's do the background. Let's set the color. And this is just in case, because we have a linear gradient, but in case it fails, well, at least we'll have something. So let's just do FF8177. And then let's do background dash image. And this is how I got that effect where the actual logo was a different color. I'm gonna say linear. And I have it already auto complete here, so I'm just press tab, so linear gradient. And then inside here, I'm gonna say to top. So essentially it's going to top direction. And then I'm gonna say hashtag FF0844. That's the color. And then 0%, comma. And then I'm gonna say hashtag FFB199, and then 100%. And then I'm gonna do a semicolon after this, and let's save that there. So now you can see we had a little gradient effect on the background color. Now I wanna do background dash size to be 100%. And then I'm gonna do dash WebKit dash background clip. I want this to be text. And then let me save that there. And then also I want the dash moz dash background clip. I want that to be text as well. And then under here I'm gonna do WebKit dash text dash fill dash color to be transparent. So now you can see it shows up. And then same will be dash moz dash text dash fill dash color to be transparent as well. And then under there I'm just gonna say display flex, and we're gonna add an actual icon from Fontawesome. So this is where it's gonna make it even. But right now, since we don't have it, it won't really make sense, but you'll be able to see this after. Let's do align items to be center. Cursor, I want it to be pointer, so it has a little hand symbol when I hover over it. And then let's do text decoration to be none. No, I should see text decoration. Get rid of the underlines, it's an A tag, and then let's do a font size of 2 rem. So you can see you got a little cursor when I hover, and then underneath this, we're gonna have the actual icon. So I'm gonna add it right now. Let's just say the class is going to be called fa-gem, and it's gonna be curly braces, and I just want the margin dash right to be 0.5 rem. So we haven't added this yet, but once we go and add it, it'll automatically be updated with the CSS. And then under here, let's do .navbar __ menu, curly brace here. I'm just gonna say display flex, and then I'm gonna say align items to be center. Then I'm gonna do list style. I want that to be none, and then I want text align to be center. So now you can see our little nav menu items changed. And then let's do .navbar __ item. Let's do a height of 80 pixels. And then under that, let's go ahead and target the navbar links. Let's just do .navbar __ links, and then curly brace here, and let's change the color. Let's make that to white, so hashtag FFF. And let me see if you can see that. And then let's do under right here, let's do display flex, align dash items to be centered. And then let's do justify content. I want that one to be center. And then let's do text decoration. Let's put that as none. And then let's do padding. I want the top and bottom to be 0, and then the left right to be 1 rem. And then let's set the height equal to 100%. So now you can see it's starting to look a little better. And now let's target the button now. So navbar __ btn, and curly brace here. And I want this to say display flex. Then I want justify content to be centered. Then I want align items to be centered. And then let's do padding 0, and then 1 rem. And then let's do width to be 100%. And that didn't do much yet, but let's go ahead now target the actual class .button. And now let's do display. Let's do flex. Justify content center. Let's do align items center. Text decoration to be none. And then let's do padding 10 pixels by 20 pixels. Let's set the height to 100%, the width to 100%. And let me scroll up really quick. And let's do border to be none, outline to be none, and then border dash radius to be 4 pixels. And then I want the background to be hashtag F77062. And then I want the color of the text to be just hashtag FFF, which is simply white. And then you can see we have some button action going on here. And then when I scroll it out we have it like this. And whenever we shrink it, that's going to disappear because the hamburger menu is going to pop up. But that's what we got going on right now. And now let's finish up our nav menu. So let's just do dot button. And to do a hover effect, you do a colon and then say the word hover. And then curly brace under. And then simply let's just say background. Let's do hashtag 4837FF. And then transition. So instead of being it like instantly, I want it to be delayed. So I'm gonna say all 0.3 seconds, and then let's just say ease. And it's like I misspelled transition, so transition here, save. So now you see we hover over it, we got something going. And now let's do the last hover, so .navbar __ links, then colon hover, then the curly braces, and then I'm gonna set the color equal to hashtag F77062, and then transition is just going to be the same exact thing, all 0.3s ease. So now if I hover over the nav links, we got a cool orangey-ish looking effect right there. Now let's do the actual mobile responsive, tablet responsive part, which is media queries. So essentially for that, you just type in @media, and then say screen and then parentheses, and then max-width. And essentially right when this hits 960 pixels is when I want to trigger these classes. So first thing I want to do is do the navbar. So let's just say .navbar __ container. And then in here I'm going to say display flex. Justify content to be space between. And then for the height, let's set that equal to 80 pixels. Z index to be 1. Let's do the width to be 100%. Max width, let's do 1300 pixels. And then padding, let's set that equal to 0. So underneath here, let's do the navbar menu. So let me just simply go and say .navbar __ menu. Curly brace, let's do display grid. Let's do grid templates columns. I want to set that value to auto. And then let's set the margin equal to 0. Let's set the width equal to 100%. And then let's do position absolute. And let's set the top, and I'll just say equal to -1000 pixels. So if you saw in the previous one, essentially the animation is coming from the top. So the top I set to -1000, so just ensure that it's never going to be seen. And then whenever I click it, it essentially sets the top back to a value to where we can see it. So here, that's what we're doing right now with this code. And then under, let's do opacity select to 1. Transition, let's set that equal to all 0.5s ease. Actually, let's set the opacity to 0 because I don't want it to be seen. And then let's do the height of 50 VH. So that means viewport height. And then Z index, you have to set it to -1 just so that we'll actually be able to click on the icon to trigger this. So now you can see that nothing is showing. So now we're gonna have the navbar menu active class. So .navbar __ menu .active. So this is gonna be the JavaScript that's gonna trigger this. And essentially whenever we click it, this one, I want this to trigger. So I want to set the background equal to hashtag 131313. And then I want to set the top equal to 100%. So this value right here is going to essentially show the entire active menu. And then let's set the opacity to 1 so we can actually see it. And then let's do transition. Let's see, transition. And that's going to be all 0.5s ease. And then let's do Z index to be 99. And then set the height again to 50 VH. And then font size will be 1.6 rem. So right now you can't see anything yet because we still have to actually edit the menu bars now. So let's go underneath the navbar menu active. And let's just do hashtag navbar __ logo. Let's set the padding -left to be 25 pixels. And then you can see it's slightly moved over. And then under here, let's do .navbar __ toggle .bar. So now we're targeting the actual bars now. So let's say width, I want it to be 25 pixels. Height to be 3 pixels. Margin, I want that to be 5 pixels auto. And let's do transition. Let's do all 0.3s ease dash in dash out. And I misspelled transition again, so make sure I fix that. And then let's just set the background equal to hashtag FFF, which is white. And now we should have this done here. And then let's simply add the navbar item. So .navbar __ item. Let's set the width to 100%. And then underneath this, let's do .navbar __ links. I'm going to set the text align to be centered. I want the padding to be 2 rem, the width to be 100%, and then the display to be table. So right now it looks like, let's see. Yeah, the bars aren't showing up right now, so let me see. Make sure I have everything. Oh yeah. So let's add this right here so we can actually see what's going on. So let's do hashtag, so ID mobile dash menu. And then here I'm going to say position absolute. Top I want it to be 20%. Right I want it to be 5%. And then I want to transform, translate 5%, comma 20%. And save that there. And then it looks like I need to actually add the let's see, what else do we got? So navbar links. Let's do navbar btns. Let's do .navbar __ btn. Let's do padding dash bottom to be 2 rem. And then for the button, let's see, .button, let's display flex. And let's do justify content to be centered. And then let's see if I can actually make this visible. One sec. Let me just take this out. So now you can see what we've been editing so far. And it's essentially just the mobile menu. So right now I actually put this background on here. Now you can see it much cleaner. And I'll go back and recomment that out later. But pretty much, let's go back to the bottom and let's go back to our button now. And let's do a line items to be center. Let's set the width to 80%. So I shrink the button there. Let's do the height to be 80 pixels here. And then let's set the margin to be 0. All right, so here's what we got going on right now. And then let's see, you got the mobile menu. And let me make sure I got all my classes, just 1 second. Yeah, it should be fine here. Yeah, so now let's go underneath this. And then let's share the toggle. So now let's do .navbar __ toggle. And then space .bar. And then here I'm going to say display to be block. And then cursor to be pointer. And now we can see we got our little bar action here. So now let's go underneath this. And here's the little effect to where it actually, we got a little animation effect. So you saw back on the original site, it like animates it. So this is the way I did this. So pretty much what you do is you just do the ID. So hashtag mobile dash menu. And then you say .is dash active, which is going to be a JavaScript. We're going to add this in JavaScript. And then space .bar. And then colon nth dash child of the second. So this essentially targets the second child. And then I just want the opacity to be 0. So I just don't want it to be visible at all. And then let me just go ahead and copy and paste this again. So Command C, Command Victory V. And I want to target now the top bar, so 1. And then I'm inside erase opacity, I'm going to say transform. Set it equal to translate So translate Y. I want that to be 8 pixels. And then I'm going to set rotate to become 45 degrees. And then let's copy this again. And then essentially let's change this child. So now I'm going to target the third bar now. And then I'm going to change the Y to -8 and then -45 degrees. So I'll save it now. So right now when I click it, nothing is happening. And also we have this here. So what I'm going to do is actually, let me uncomment this out so it disappears. And then let's go to our app.js now. So here, this is so simple and super easy, but pretty much what we're going to do is add the effect, the click effect, so it actually animates. So I'm going to say const, and then I'm going to say menu. So I'm just naming this whatever I want to. And I'm going to actually target it saying document dot query selector, and then the parentheses, and then I'm going to have to do the quotes. And what I want to target in the index.html is this is the actual nav, the bars right here, right? And it's wrapped around this div navbar toggle. And I put ID mobile menu so I can target it with JavaScript. So now I go back here, I'm going to say hashtag for the ID, mobile dash menu. And then underneath there, I'm going to target another class this time. So I'm going to say const menu links with a capital L. So they equal to documents dot query selector, and then parentheses, quotes, and then I'm gonna say dot navbar underscore menu. Press enter here. You go back again. Now you can see this is the actual UL. This is what we're gonna be targeting here, so that we can actually have that trigger too. And to simply target this, we're just gonna say menu, which we just created. I'm gonna say dot. I'm gonna add an event listener. And essentially what we're going to do, we're going to have quotes, and we're going to listen for a click event. So once we click it, I want a function to run. And what this function is going to do is it's simply going to toggle. So I'm going to say menu dot. It's going to toggle and add a class list. So I want to say menu dot class list dot toggle. And I want to toggle this one, is dash active. And then underneath that, I want to do menu links dot class list. So I want to add this class list dot toggle, and I'm going to toggle the active class. So we did everything properly. We save, and it looks like something is not working. So let me make sure. Oh yeah, the one thing I forgot to do, always make sure you have this. Go to the bottom of the nav right below before the body tag, and let's simply do scripts, and I press tab, it automatically has it auto type. And then inside the opening script tag, let's do src equals to quotes app.js, save it. So now this should work. All right, so perfect. Now we have our entire mobile navbar effect. Also, when we scroll out here, you can see that everything looks like this. And then again, boom, just like that. So there is the navbar. So one last thing I want to do is actually add the Fontawesome to here. So let me just bring that site up really quick. So here I am on Fontawesome. So if you've signed up for this site, then you probably already know, but if you don't want to add icons, then don't have to follow this, but this is just in case you wanted to copy it. And also in the footer, this is where I got the icons as well. And simply just sign up with an account, and then just click on this icon and click on Fontawesome CDN, and it'll lead you right to this page. And then once you have it, you'll have this little CDN here. So I'm just gonna copy this. Then we just shrink this back over. And then I'm gonna simply paste this inside the head tag. So let me just do this right under the styles.css. Let me save it. And now what we can do is actually add this icon into our logo. So right here, right between the navbar logo and the word next, I'm gonna add this icon here. So I'm just gonna say opening tag. Actually, I'm just gonna say, let me space this out so you can see it better. So I'm gonna say i.fas.fa.gem. Press tab, and now you can see that I created this I tag right here, which essentially is the little diamond icon we got going on, and that's right in front of the word next, but it's within the actual A tag. So let me, if I press enter, you can probably see it a little better. So you can see like that. So this is essentially how it's written like this, and now we have a little icon. So that's good right there. I'll save it here. And now let's go ahead. I'm just gonna comment this for you guys to see this, but this isn't, you don't have to copy this. I'm just say Navbar section here. And now underneath this nav, let me press enter. And let's create the hero section. So let me just say hero section. And let me just press enter. And now let's go ahead and create the hero section. All right, so now I'm gonna go under here, start adding the HTML here. So first I'm gonna do is .main. So now we have a div with the class of main. And then I'm gonna say .main __ container. So now we have a main container. And then I'm gonna say .main __ content. And it's going to be essentially our content with our text. So I'm gonna say h1, then press tab, and then I'm just gonna say all caps next generation. Then underneath the h1, I'm gonna say h2, and let's just say technology. And underneath this h2, let's just say p tag, and then let's do see what makes us different. And then boom. I think I misspelled it in the original version. I think I said let's say see what makes up. See what makes up different. It doesn't matter, it's just text here. And then underneath this p tag, let's just say button. And then say dot, and let's do main __ btn. And now we have this main button right here with the class. And then inside of the button, I'm gonna do a and just press tab. Now we have an a tag, and let's just put a slash here. And then inside of the a tag, I just want to say get started. Save it, and now we have a beautiful looking site. Just kidding. So let's go underneath. So here's the button underneath this div, and press enter. And then I'm gonna say .main _ image img -- container. And then inside of here, I'm just gonna do image, so img with an ID of main __ img, press tab. And for the src, we're gonna do images / pic1.svg. And I'll show you where I got these pictures from. And then for the alt, let's just do, what was my picture? I don't even know. Let's just do pic for now, it doesn't really matter. And let's save it. So right now, let me Command B so you can see everything. This is pretty much all the HTML. We need to actually add in a picture to the images. So let me show you the site that I got this from. So this site's called undro.co. And essentially these are free illustrations. So when you're on here, you just hit return and then just click on browse now. And what you can do is you can actually go ahead and pick a color. So let me see what color I use for the actual image. So you want to copy mine exactly. You just click on the color and just paste it in. So I got FA6771, just put a hashtag. And then it pretty much looks like this. And then from here, you can just scroll in here, click on any of these, and then just download SVG for your project. So feel free to pick one. And I think I put messages, let me see. Or just message. Just clicked on here. And then I just went ahead and download the SVG for my project, and then upload that into my file. So what I'm gonna do, I already have it downloaded, so go ahead and download that. And let me drag that into my actual project. So give me 1 second, let me find it. And I'm just gonna drag this over in here into the images folder. And now you can see we have our SVG here. And I named it just name it pic1.svg. So just make sure you rename it, and then you'll have it here showing up just like this. And now let's go ahead and add the styles. So I'm gonna go to styles here, and then let me Command B so you can see more. And then what I'm gonna do is comment. So I'm gonna say, let's do hero section CSS. And now under here, let's just target the main. So let's do main, curly brace. Let's set the background color equal to #141414. Save that there. And let's do .main __ container. And let's just do display to be grid. Let me do grid, template, columns. And I want it to be 1FR, 1FR. So it's essentially like a 50-50 even split in terms of the screen space. And let's do align items to be center. Let's do justify. Let's do self center. Margin. This is gonna essentially center it, so 0 auto. And then let's do a height. I want it to be 90 viewport height, so essentially 90% of the screen. And then let's do background color. Let's just do 1 3 1. Actually, let's just do 1 4 1 4 1 4 1 4. And then let's do z index to be 1. Let's do the width. I want it to be 100%. Let me just save it to make sure we got stuff. Okay, so you can see they're side by side right now. And let's do max width. I want it to be 1300 pixels. And then let's do padding. And I want the top to be 0 and bottom to be 0. And then I want the left and right to be 50 pixels each. All right, so now we have the container done. So now let's do the main content. So if I were to actually, let me see. If I actually brought that out, you can see it's like this. And now let's just do dot main underscore underscore content h1. And then I'm simply going to say font size is going to be 4 rem. Background dash color. I want that to be hashtag FF8177. And then let's do background dash image to be linear dash gradient to top, comma, hashtag FF0844 0%, comma, hashtag FFB199 100%. And then let's do background dash size to become, let's do 100% here. And then let's do WebKit background clip. Let's do text. Then let's do MOZ background clip to be text. Make sure I misspelled text. And then let's do WebKit. Let's see, text fill color. And let's just do transparent. And then dash moz dash text dash fill dash color. Let's just do transparent as well. So now we have the text. It's nice and gradient looking. And now let's go ahead and edit the h2 now. So let's just do dot main underscore underscore content h2. And notice, in case you're first time confused, like how am I coloring this? Essentially, here's the main content that wraps all of this text in here. So I could have just went in here and just like added a class here, custom, like class, you know, whatever, main underscore content, you know, heading, or like, yeah, whatever text. But the thing is, it's just so much easier and less code if I just straight up targeted essentially the child's in here. So essentially next generation. So it's main content h1, main content h2, main content p, button, etc. So essentially this is what I'm doing here in case you haven't seen this style. And let's just do pretty much, we're just gonna copy and paste this. The only difference, we're gonna change the colors. So here, let's do, erase this. Let's say B721FF. And then for this one, looks like I can't even, yeah, I don't know, I can't see it. For this one, let's just do 21D4FD. Save it. So now you can see we got some color action going on there. Let's press enter, and now let's target the p tag of the paragraph. So let's just do dot main underscore underscore content p, and let's just do margin dash top to be 1 rem, font size to be 2 rem, and font weight to be 700. Now we're gonna add in the different font sizes soon. So actually, let's just go do that right now. So I went ahead and Googled Google Fonts KUMBH. So let me just bring this over. So simply just Google this, click on Google Fonts, and then all you need to do is get the regular. So select this style, and then also want the bold. And then what you do is you go to embed, and then what you want to do is copy this link tag right here. So I'm gonna copy this, go back to our index.html file. So now I'm gonna go to the top in the head tag. I'm gonna go right underneath the Fontawesome and just paste this in. And just save it there. And since we already added that to the top of our CSS earlier, it should automatically fill out for us. So now if I simply just go, let me go back to our bottom. Go back to our site, you can see it updates here. And that's essentially how you can add any font. Feel free to add whatever you want to. And then let's do the .main underscore btn. And then curly brace here, I'm going to say font size to be 1 rem. Background dash image to be linear gradients to top, comma. Hashtag F77062 0%. And then hashtag FE5196 100%. And then let's do padding to be 14 pixels by 32 pixels. So you can see it's starting to go up. And I think I should add actually color on the P tag to be white so you can see it. Alright, yeah, perfect there. And now for the under padding, let's do border to be none. Let's do border dash radius to become 4 pixels. Let's do color hashtag FFF. Let's do margin dash top to become 2 rem. Cursor to be pointer. And then let's do position relative. And let's do transition. Make sure I spell it transition. Let's do just all 0.35s. And let's do outline to be none. So there's our button right there. So now what we need to do is actually target the A tag inside the button to get rid of that little underline and the purple text. So I'm going to do let's do main underscore btn and then A tag. And then we're going to do position relative here. And let's just do Z index. And the reason we're doing this is because of that hover effect. So it's normally not necessary, but since we're doing a little hover effect action we're doing in the previous, let me show me sure like that, we have to do all these like C index stuff. And then let's do color to be hashtag FFF, and then text decoration to become none. All right, looking a little cleaner. And let's do main underscore btn colon after. And this is essentially gonna place these values after in the actual, you've seen the HTML when you inspect the page. So let's do position absolute content. You want this to be empty string so that when you actually see the hover effect, like nothing's there except what the color is. Top, you gotta set that to 0. For the left, you're gonna set that to 0. For the width, you're gonna set that to 0. And then for the height, I'm gonna set that to 100%. And then background is going to be hashtag 4837FF. And then transition going to be all 0.35s. And then border dash radius is going to be 4 pixels. Now underneath this, let's do the hover now. So let's do main underscore btn colon hover. And let's do color the hashtag FFF. Let's do the width to be 100%. Actually, my bad. Delete the width. Let's do main underscore btn colon hover colon after. And then let's do width to be 100%. And then let's do main underscore img dash container. And let's simply just do text align to be center. Let's see if this actually pulled off. So now we got a little hover animation going on. Awesome, cool. And now let's finish off this before we go to our mobile responsiveness. Let's just do hashtag main underscore img, and let's just do heights to be 80% and then the width to be 80%. So let me scroll this out to see what I got going on right now. So this is pretty much like the first part, but it's not mobile responsive. So let's go and finish this up. So right now you can see nothing happens yet. So here underneath this, let me just say this is like mobile responsive here. And now let's go ahead and let's target the media query. So let's do add media screen, and let's do max width to become 768 pixels. And let's just target .main __ container, and let's just do display grid. Let's do grid template columns. I want that to be auto. Let's do a line items to be center. Justify self center. And let's do width 100%. Margin 0 auto. And then let's do height to be 90 viewport height. So now we got some little media query action going on. So now let's finish this off. Let me scroll up. Let's do .main __ content. And let's just do text align to be centered. Margin - bottom to be for rem. And now let's do .main __ content h1. And let's do font size to be 2.5 rem. And then margin - top to become 2 rem. And then let's do .main __ content h2. And let's put that as font size to be 3 rem. And then let's do .main __ content p. And let's simply do margin - top to become 1 rem. And then font size to be 1.5 rem. And now let's go under here and let's do another media query. So let's do add media screen, and let's do max width to be 480 pixels. So these are for like the smaller screens. And let's just copy the content h1, h2, and the p tag. So I don't have to sit here and copy this again. So let's just copy these, paste them. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this to, let's do 2 rem and then 3 rem. And then for the h2, let's do 2 rem. And then for the p tag, let's do 2 rem, font size 1.5 rem. And then underneath the p tag, let's do .main __ btn. And simply let's just do padding to be 12 pixels by 36 pixels. And then margin to be 2.5 rem by 0. So let's save that. And we are pretty much set with this hero section right now. And we can scroll, got nothing yet, but we can see we got a move menu. And that's pretty much this section. So let's now go ahead, let me Command B, go to the index.html, and let me actually go ahead and finish, and let's add the services section. So underneath the hero section, let's go here. And let's just call this one services section. All right, so now I'm gonna go under here and let's just start adding this. So I'm gonna say .services, press tab. And then in services, let's just do h1 and let's just say see what the hype is about. And then outside of this h1, press enter. And let's do .services __ container. And then in the container, I'm gonna create a services card. So let's do services __ card. Press tab there. And let's just do h2, press tab I should take it guys. Experience bliss. And then let's do p tag right there. AI powered technology. And then for the button, let's just do button. Let's just do get started. All right, so now underneath this, so we have essentially a services card. I'm just gonna copy and paste this. Copy, paste, and then it's gonna change this text here. So let's just do, let's just say, are you ready? Question mark. And then let's just say, take the leap, and then simply get started. So that's pretty much all the index.html. So now let's go to the styles.css. And under here, let's just call this services CSS, or services section CSS. So now I'm gonna do .services, And then simply we're gonna say background. Want the color to be hashtag 141414. Save this there. Let's see. Okay. And then let's do display to be flex. Let's do flex direction to be column. And then I want the actual item, so align dash items to be center. And then the height to be 100 viewport height. And now underneath here, let's do dot services h1. And let's just do, here's gonna be a pretty crazy one. Let's just say background dash color. Want it to be hashtag FF8177. And then background dash image colon linear gradient. And then I want to say to right, comma, and then hashtag FF8177 0%. And then I'm gonna simply, let me put this on another line so you can see all this code. I'm still inside the parentheses, and I'm gonna do hashtag FF867A 0%. And then hashtag FF8C7F 21%. And then comma hashtag F99185 52%. And then hashtag CF556C 78%. And then last one, hashtag B12A5B with 100%. So I'll save that there. And then you can see we got the gradient right there. And now let's go underneath that. Let's do background dash size to be 100%. And instead of me having to copy and paste this every time, let me finish this out. Let's do margin dash bottom to be 5 rem, and then font size to be 2.5 rem. So now I'm gonna go back to the top where we did our original linear gradients. So let me see if I can find one. Like right here. And I'm just gonna copy these last 4 lines here. So essentially, WebKit background text, everything here. Let me just copy these 4, go down below, and then just simply enter here. All right, now we got the text looking like this. So now let's do dot services underscore container. And then in here, I'm gonna do display to be flex, justify content to be centered, and then the flex wrap is just gonna be wrap. So you can see they wrapped. And now for the card, let's do we actually have to get images. So let me show you the site I got these images from. So this is just one of the sites. There's multiple ones you can use, but simply I just typed in like VR. And you can go here, click on this guy right here, download it for free, and then simply drag that over to your project. And then I think there's another, let me see if this person should be on the front page. But you get the point, you can literally pick whatever you want, but let me make sure I can find it so that you can actually utilize this. Somewhere over here. Let me make sure. Yeah, this one right here. Just click on that one and then just re-download here, and then you'll have the exact same pictures I use, which were, once it loads, yeah, these 2 right there. So let me scroll this back. So download those and then rename them. So I simply got pick 2 and 3, and then I'm actually gonna drag in the other picture for the tech. That's not mandatory because I'm just showing this for example purposes. But if you wanted to do it, let me bring back my images folder, and then let me just drag these over to the images. So I simply got another picture. So you can download this as a keyboard typed in, and then we got the pick 3, which is the one guy with VR, and then the one girl here. So now we need these images because we're gonna actually add this into our cards now. So I'm gonna say dot services underscore card, and then I'm gonna say margin 1 rem. So let's see, margin 1 rem. Let's do a height of 525 pixels. Let's do a width of 400 pixels, and then let's do border dash radius to be 4 pixels, And then let's do background dash image linear gradient to bottom, comma, and let's just do RGBA parentheses 0, comma 0, comma 0, comma 0. And then outside that parentheses, we're gonna say 0 parentheses or 0 percentage sign. And then we're still inside of this. So let me, maybe you can see what's going on. Drag this out. So then I'm gonna say comma, let's see, yeah, comma here. And then I'm gonna say RGBA parentheses 17, comma 17, comma 17, comma 0.6. And you're probably like, what the heck is this? Essentially, it's a linear gradient on the background to make it a little darker because it's when it was too bright when I had the text that you couldn't even read it. So this is essentially doing that right here, this effect. And then while we're still actually, let me make sure I have the right parentheses. Yeah, so we're still in the background image, but we went outside the linear gradient. So comma after that, I'm gonna say URL parentheses, and we're gonna target the image. So slash images. Actually, you have to put quotes. Let me make the quotes first. Slash images slash pic. I'm gonna use pic. I think 3. Yeah. Dot JPG, and then semicolon after, and let's save this. And you can see now we have the images showing up, but they look really crazy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say background. Let's do back dash size, and I want that to say cover. So now you can see we got our images nice and snug, and you're like wondering why is they both the same, because we haven't added the other one. Let me just say position relative here because I want to actually let me fix this, position relative. I want to make sure I can position the text where I want it, and then just say color hashtag FFF. So this is the first services card here, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say dot services underscore underscore card colon. Actually, no, we don't need this. Let me just do dot services underscore underscore card colon nth dash child. And I'm gonna target the second one, so obviously this is our second card. And let me just copy this exact stuff here with this background image. So just copy this one right here, paste it there, and then just change your picture to, I have mine as pic 4, but whatever you named your girl VR pic is what you name here. And then let's go underneath this. And I'm just gonna say dot services h2 position absolute. Let's do a top, and I want to bring it down. I want to bring it down 350 pixels. So if I say, let me show you what's happening. Let me just bring this over a little bit. So I save that now. You'll notice that our experience, our H2 just went down there, and then I just want to have it left 30 pixels. So 30 pixels from the left. And now you can see, it's hard to tell, but on your computer you can probably see it better. But it's 30 pixels from the left. And then let's do dot services underscore underscore card p tag, and let's just say position absolute again. So position absolute. Let's do top 400 pixels, and then let's do left to be 30 pixels. And now let's do dot services underscore underscore card button, and let's target the color. Let's make it hashtag FFF. So now the text is white, and then under here let's do padding to be 10 pixels by 20 pixels. Let's do border to become none. Let's do outline to become none. And then let's do border dash radius to be 4 pixels. Background is going to be hashtag F77062. Position is absolute. Top is 440 pixels, and then left is 30 pixels, and then font size is 1 rep. So now let's check it out. We got a little button action going on here, and the same on this picture or the card there. And then simply let's just do cursor pointer too. So let's make sure it actually has it there. So perfect. All right, cool. And then now let's just do a little effect. So when we hover over it, so let's just do services underscore card : hover. And this is gonna scale it, so increase the size, so transform. And then I'm gonna say scale parentheses 1.075. Make sure that we go outside here. And let's do transition to be, so transition. That should be 0.2s ease dash in. Let's do cursor pointer here. And now if we hover over it, you can see that is increasing in size. And now let's go ahead and just add in the media query. So right now, if I were to go back, let's just see what we built so far. Got this, and then we got this right here with the little hover effect. So now let's go back and let's do making sure, media, screen, and max dash width to be 960 pixels. And let's just do dot services, and let's make that a height of 1600 pixels. And then let's do dot services of h1, and let's just do font dash size to be 2 rem, and then let's do margin dash top to be 12 rem. And I just wanted that because it's like a little close when you shrink it, and I want to make sure that I have height. And then also on the footer, when we create that, I want the bottom to have spacing too. And then let's last one, add media, screen, and max width to be 480 pixels. So we're the smaller screens. And let's just do dot services. Let's do a height of 1400 pixels. And then let's do dot services h1, and let's just do font dash size of 1.2 rem. And then let's do dot services underscore card, and let's do width of 300 pixels. And it looks like we're good here. And now let's go ahead and let me add another comment here. I'm just gonna say Footer CSS. So now let me command B. And a cool trick too is, see how we have all these tabs open? If I click on open editors, if you don't have that setting, click on these 3 dots and you just click on it, check it. I can just click the X here and it cleanses out everything. So now I have a fresh slate. So now go back to index.html. Let's just go ahead and go under here and let's just do a footer section. So now let's just simply go to index.html. Alright, so let's start adding the code for the footer. So let me close this out and scroll up. So here I'm just gonna say dot footer underscore container, and then create a div called dot footer underscore links. And then inside here I'm gonna have dot footer underscore link dash wrapper. And then let's do dot footer underscore link dash items. And then in here is where we actually start to add the footer stuff. So let's do h2. I'm just gonna say this about us. And then in here, let's just do an h or an a tag with the, just put a slash for here. And then let's just say how it works. And then we can simply just copy and paste this. So let's do 1 shift again. It's shift, alt, and down arrow to do what I'm doing here. So 2, 3, and 4. So 5 times total. And then simply let's just go here and let's just say testimonials. The next one, let's change this to careers. And then let's do let's do investments, and then let's just do terms of service. Now this pretty much is what we need to do for this. So now I'm going to go ahead and take these footer link items with all the things we just created, Command C, and then paste that. So now we have the footer link wrapper, and then we have 2 of these inside of it. And now all we need to do is get the footer link wrapper now, and then highlight. So I have a plugin extension for this to highlight this, but pretty much get everything wrapped with the footer link wrapper, Command C, then go below and then paste that again. So now if I save it, we should have essentially at the bottom all of our stuff here. Now I already have my code with all the custom like text in between, so you can go in and do that yourself, or you can just simply just leave them like that and edit it later. But what I'm gonna do is just gonna go ahead and let me just copy this, and let me just go here and let me just paste mine in so that it actually fits. I think I misspelled this one. Let's see. Save it, and now we have everything different now here. So that's pretty much what I got going here. And basically for the last one you can change this too, but again it really doesn't matter. It's just you can name it whatever you want. So now after this, so let's see, where is the footer links? So I want to go, so the second to last div, press enter, and now we're gonna create these social media. So let's do .social _ media, press tab, and then let's just do .social _ media -- wrap, and then here I'm gonna say .footer _ logo, and then let's do a tag, and let's just say hashtag footer _ logo, and then in here I'm gonna have the href, let's just put a slash, and then for the a tag let's just say i.fas.fa-gem, press tab, and then outside of this closing I tag and right before the closing a tag let's just say next. And then let's do underneath this div here, let's go ahead and just type in the p tag with the class of website _ rights, and then in here let's just do, I have the copyright symbol but you don't have to do it, just say next 2020 dot, and let's just say all rights reserved. And I forgot the shortcut key for the copyright symbol, so I'm just gonna copy and paste mine, but I'm pretty sure I forgot the one VS Code, but you can literally just a quick search and it should be able to show you. But again, it's not necessary. And then let's do underneath this p tag, let's do .social _ icons, and then in here let's do a .social _ icon -- link. href, let me just put a slash, and then let me go inside of the a tag, and then let me just put in this. So inside here, let me just say I dot, and let's do fab .fa-facebook. Press tab, and let me save this, and this should show us a Facebook icon down here, which you can see very tiny. And then in the a tag, let me just finish stuff up, and let me just say target equals quotes, and then let's just say _ blank. So this makes it to where you can open this in another browser. So let me just save it here, and then let me just go ahead and just copy this stuff here. So let's copy this and then simply paste it under. So here I'm just gonna say paste here. So that's essentially Instagram, and then let's do another one, enter. This would be Twitter, enter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So now let's go and edit all that stuff. So we have here, second one is Instagram, and all the icons there are the same minus the social name, so you can just change this whatever you want to. So let's just say Twitter, let's do LinkedIn, and then let's do let's see, YouTube. Save it there, and you can see we have all the logos there. So that's pretty much the footers HTML, and I think, let me make sure. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna go Command B. Now let's go edit these styles. So here, close this back out, and let's start editing the footer styles, and then we can call it a day. So now let's do .footer _ container. I'm gonna say background -color to be #141414. let's say padding to be, let's do 5 rem 0. Let's do display to be flex. Flex direction to be column. Let's do justify content to be center, and then let's just do let's see, align items to be center. So let's see, so we got some movement going on, and now let's target the hashtag footer underscore logo. Let's just do color to be hashtag FF, display to be flex, align items to be centered, cursor pointer. Let's do text decoration to be none, and font size to be 2 rem. You just scroll that up here, and then let's do dot footer underscore links. Let's do a width of 100%. Let's do max width to be 1000 pixels. Display is flex, and then justify content is centered. So we got some stuff happening here. And then let's do dot footer underscore link dash wrapper. And let's just say display to be flex. So you can see here, now that brings them over to the side. And now let's just do under here, dot footer underscore link dash items. And let's just say display to be flex. Then under here, let's do flex direction to be column. And let's do align items to be flex start. And then let's do margin of 16 pixels. Let's do text align to be left, width to be 160 pixels, and box sizing to be border box. Save that there. And scroll down. And then let's do dot footer underscore link dash items of h2. Let's do margin dash bottom to be 16 pixels. I put many T's here. Okay. And then let's do dot footer underscore link dash items and greater than h2. And this is going to just target the hashtag FFF. So now we're targeting essentially the h2s there. And then let's do dot footer underscore link dash items A. And it's going to say color hashtag FFF. Text decoration is going to be none. And then margin dash bottom is going to be 0.5 rem. Let's go down here. So now we got some more color action here. And now let's do dot footer underscore link dash items A : hover. Let's say color equal to hashtag E9, and then transition is going to be 0.3s ease dash out. So here, and then let's do this is social icon. So this is essentially the bottom section now. So let's just comment say social icons. And then let's go up and let's do the social underscore icon dash link. Forgot the period in the front, so let's do dot here. And let's just say color hashtag FFF, and then font size to be 24 pixels. See down here. And then let's do dot social underscore media, and let's just say max dash width to be 1000 pixels, and then width to be 100%. And then under here, let's do dot social underscore media dash wrap. Let's say display flex, justify content space between. Let's do a line dash, dang, I can't type right now, to be center, width to be 90%, max width is 1000 pixels, and let's do margin 40 pixels, auto 0, auto. Save that. Let's see how that looks now. Okay, look a little better. And then let's do, let's see, we got wraps. Let's do dot social underscore underscore icons now. Display is flex. Justify content space between align dash items center, and then width 240 pixels. So we got some spacing here, and then let's do, let's see, dot social underscore underscore, so we can spell this, underscore underscore logo, and let's just do color hashtag FF. Let's do justify self here, and let's do flex start, margin dash left to be 20 pixels, cursor pointer, and let's do let's see, text decoration to be none. Let's do font size to rem, display flex, align items to be center, and then margin bottom to be 16 pixels. So let's see what we got going on right now. So I don't even think, is the icon not even in here? Hold on. Let me check if I even have the logo in here. Make sure. Oh, that's why. Misspelled gem. Should be the next should be fas.fa-gem. So now we got the little diamond. Okay, now it makes sense. So now let's just do the last one, dot website underscore rights, and let's just say color hashtag FF. So it's not changing. What the heck? So let's go back. Right, so this should be website rights, and now we got the color changing. Perfect. All right, so now let's do the media creators now. So let's do add media, screen, and max width of 820 pixels. Curly brace here, and let's just show you what we got so far. It looks like this, but we need that to be responsive. So let's go ahead and dot footer underscore underscore links. And that should be padding dash top to rem, and let's see, dot, oh actually, hashtag footer underscore underscore logo, margin dash bottom to be to rem, and then let's do dot websites underscore rights, and let's just do margin dash bottom of to rem here. And let's do dot footer underscore underscore link dash dash wrapper, and let's just do flex dash direction to be column. Oh, what happened? Okay, yeah, I'm tripping out. What happened? Okay, is it working? Okay, cool. And then under this, let's do dot social underscore underscore media dash dash wrap, and let's do flex dash direction column as well. And then let's go under here and let's simply add this line, add media screen and max media screen and max dash width 480 pixels. And let's do dot footer underscore underscore link dash dash items, and let's just do margin of 0, padding to be 10 pixels, and the width to be 100%. So now let's save this, and now you can see it's nice and clean. So let me scroll up to make sure everything looks good. and then also here. Oh, and one thing too, let me show you. If we go to tech, so actually just copy, go to index.html, Command A, Command C, so copy all of this. Just go to tech, and then literally let's go, let's say in the home section on the tech HTML, let's just say this is the tech page. And then for the image, I think I put, let me check my images. If you didn't have, yeah, I have the second one. So this just, you can just watch this one just to see what I'm doing, and let's do JPG. And now when I go over, click on tech, now you can see that I actually switched the page, and it showcases essentially the same thing because we just copy and pasted this. But ideally, if you were to make a new page, then that would be essentially what you have here. Then just go back home, and this pretty much is what we have built today. So if you did enjoy this video, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. I'm pretty much documenting myself, learning code, building projects, and showing you what I'm creating. So if you only want to follow me along that journey, then feel free to subscribe, and then comment down below what you think. And let me just show you again. We have the mobile responsive. Close it out, menu go in here, and then we scroll down, we got the images and then the footer here. So if you did enjoy this, feel free to share this with your friends, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.